arcade heroes.
Amusement Expo 2020 saw the return of one of the most popular games found at IAAPA 2019, and that is the Airsoft pistol video game called OnPoint. Now, this had been known by a different name at IAAPA 2019, but they changed it since it didn't sound quite right in English. And you can find that video on my channels. Now, for what we saw here in New Orleans, the game software is exactly the same. The software was developed by Taito. The game was released in Japan under Taito, I think in 2018, and so it's been around over there for a while, but after debuting through UNIS, who's going to handle manufacturing and distribution of the cabinets for the rest of the world, they've made some changes, not just to the name, but to the cabinet as well. And that main change is that plastic barrier that you see on the side. So the way that this is set up, because these are real airsoft guns, which provides for a really cool force feedback effect. Like every time you pull that trigger, and you can hear it in the video, has that puff of air to give you some kickback. So it feels fairly realistic. Obviously not as loud or as strong kickback as a real gun, but still it's far more realistic than any of your light gun pistols that are out there on the market. But this allows you to put your skills to the test and see how well you can shoot things. Now, I guess sometimes I felt like the accuracy was a little bit off, but there are calibration features built into that, and some of it, just like with a real gun, it depends on how hard you're pulling the trigger, if you're jerking the pistol to the side without thinking about it, those sorts of realistic things. And of course there's, I guess, air drag too, depending on how the ventilation is set up in your particular venue. But here's one of the UNIS employees showing a similar level, or I think the same level as to what we just seen a moment ago. But yeah, UNIS has really been promoting the heck out of this game since the initial reaction at IAAPA. And so it's been at CES and several other events, although due to the virus shutdown that's been going on, the Amusement Expo appearance is probably going to be the last one for a little while. But one of the great things about this that UNIS is also touting is that it has online features and makes it very easy to set up tournaments. And so you can have people competing in any sort of venue and offer awards and whatnot, basically turning it into an esports event. So in the arcade business, we do have things like Big Buck Hunter and Golden Tee as esports, but it's very possible that if operators do this correctly and with support from UNIS, that OnPoint could become the next esports arcade sensation. And so this does have more than just this level that you see here. There's a few different ones that you can play through to test your shooting skills, such as shooting bottles of plates or shooting steel targets. You can also compete with the cabinet that is linked to it. Although I've never seen anybody do a versus mode, and I guess I didn't try it when I should have. But overall, this is packed with good features, and in a way kind of makes it like an advanced form of axe throwing, which has been popular out there. Now, of course, there are the concerns about the safety. You have the new shields on the side. Now, there is a sensor on the gun, as you've seen from all these different clips. There's this big black thing on the bottom of the pistol, and that is a sensor that is made to not allow the gun to fire if it's not pointing directly at the screen. And so they've been fine-tuning that to also prevent it from firing in case somebody wants to shove their hand in front of the gun and things like that. So it also will not fire if you put your hand in front of the gun. And so that's OnPoint, available now from UNIS, and so you'll find it out there somewhere, hopefully soon. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.